Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer. Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
What's up, Mike?
What's happening, dude?
Good.
Dude, how could you not feel good in Florida?
It really does. I mean, I got my tan crushing. I'm outside every day, enjoying life. We got to connect soon too. We got a busy month or two. And me and you are going to single-handedly launch this thing into a whole new level, production-wise.
I like it.
I do too. You really sparked me the other day with that conversation.
Dude, I literally, I was just sitting there and I just thought of it. And I'm like, that should be it. That's the way to go. And I know I'm being very vague. Everybody's like, what is he talking about? You'll find out.
They will find out. And I got to be honest with you. You opened up the dorsal that I've had images, you know, like you've seen a movie and you see the person keeps flashing to like these images, either that happen in life and you're like, what is going on? Yep. You opened the portal of, oh my God, this is how I always visualized all of this. Well, even what we're doing now, like we're still in the growing stages.
Yep.
We still haven't, we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg. So it's kind of fun thinking about that. So I got a lot to get into today. We're going to talk about life, a new life, and a passing. We'll call it death, life and death, and a journey over the last week or two. It's been mind-boggling and amazing. I'll use the word amazing for me. This weekend, I had to go up New Jersey. One of our guys passed away. FBI Bob. We call him FBI Bob. So we go, you know what? Let's fly up on a Saturday. Bob's thing is on a Monday. FBI Bob's thing is on a Monday. We'll fly up Saturday. And my wife's like, well, there's some graduation stuff and blah, blah. Now, my youngest daughter, she just graduated. And she's like, Dad, you know what I'm going to do? I'm like, what are you going to do? She's like, I'm going to get a Sprinter van and kind of redo it where you could live in it. And I want to travel with a cat inside. Like, I'm going to have a cat and train it. Like, oh, okay. All right. I've learned at this stage in life, well, I wouldn't do that. Or, well, what do you mean you get in a van? They're going to do what they do. And then you try to help them. And she showed me, she's super stoked. And she's already on a mission. This kid, she's like, I'm going to do Airbnb work. And I'm going to get a place. And then I'm going to rent it out. And then I could borrow if I open an LLC. This kid is 18 years old talking about an LLC. Like, I was full-blown jackass at 18. And this kid's talking LLC. I'm going to travel in a van, see the country, and work on Airbnb. I'm going to get a cat. Wow. So my wife and I booked this flight. I booked the flight. We're going to fly out of Tampa because I'm working out at Tampa. I live in Naples. So we're going to drive 3 hours from Naples to Tampa. And I'm going to fly out of Tampa to go to New Jersey for FBI Bob's memorial service. Okay. I'm going to drop my wife's car off. Fort Myers, that's where the airport is down by us. So she'll fly back to New Jersey to home. I'll fly to Tampa, grab my car after the second show, drive back to Naples. We start driving and we finally make it to Tampa Airport. There's signs for the Marriott. I pull up. There's a lot of roads. It's, the airport's right there. So it's part of the airport. So I pull up and pop the trunk. I'm tired, dragging, and I pull my bags out, and I hear. D goes, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah, let's get the bags inside and check in. So they know we're here because it's 12. I see my wife start to, is that a cat? I go, I don't, it's probably a cat. I mean, there's cats here, probably running around like, I don't know. And she looks at me amongst the parked cars. She's like, Jim, it's a kitten. Well, the mother's probably, mother's somewhere around here looking for it. She's like, no, she's only, there are other ones. And we're looking now. She's looking. She's like, get on the other side of it. We'll try to catch it. I'm half-assed trying to catch this thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to check into my hotel. What are we going to do if we catch the thing? Then who do we give it to? Are we driving to a animal hospital at 1 a.m. in the middle of Tampa that might be open? And it's just like, can't we just check in? However, I didn't see this thing. It's a tiny little kitten. And I went, oh no. Oh no. Clearly the mom's around somewhere. The mom's around somewhere. This thing would come out from the car and look at me. And go, it was clearly stressed out. This guy comes out. He's like munching a sandwich. I don't know if he's the janitor or whatever. And he goes, he goes, hey, you guys trying to catch a cat or something? Yeah, he goes, you want part of my turkey sandwich? And I said, yeah, throw it on the ground. Boom. And the little kitten comes out, just gobbles it up. So clearly it's starving. And it's so tiny. She was going to have another piece, throws it down. She picks it up, curls it up. It's in her chest. Right? She's got it in her jacket, like this, her sweatshirt. I said, I'll go check the bags in. Now I don't know what's going on. Like this is going to be an adventure that I was not planning. I don't know any part of at this moment. So I go check in. I come back downstairs. She said, I think he's got fleas because I'm itchy. She was like, I can't get rid of him, Jim. I can't get rid of him. I said, what do you... And she sneaks it into the hotel. And she goes in the bathroom. She takes out all the towels because she doesn't want anything to get fleas. Right? She's like, Jim, I need you to go find, what the hell's the name of it? It's like blue dish soap. Dish? I don't know if it's called Dish, whatever it is. It's blue. She goes, you gotta go get Dish, washer fluid. I'm like, what? Where am I going? So I go to Walgreens. I'm looking for, now I'm on an adventure. I'm in the car and I'm going to a 24-hour Walgreens in Tampa. And there's part of Tampa that you don't want to be in at 1:30 in the morning and a Walgreens going, do you guys have any dish soap? Like, what? You have any dish soap for like fleas? What? So now that I got to find a kitty litter. There's no kitty litter. I took a box that had these toys in it. I kind of emptied it and I was like, this would be kitty litter. And I got trash garbage linings to put in there. I got the kitty litter, and I got a scooper, and I've got this soap for the cat to get rid of its fleas. And my wife goes, let me call our daughter. Calls our daughter, who's in New Jersey. She goes, hun, we have a kitten here. And I can hear my daughter go, don't get rid of it. She goes, well, no, you can't stay in New Jersey. I will book a flight right now. My daughter booked a flight for 6 a.m., was back in Naples at 9 a.m., waiting for this kitten. She said, Dad, remember I just told you I want to go on an adventure. I want to bring a cat and blah, blah, blah. Like, I said, yes, I know. But listen, we're just starting. We're not even an hour into this. I don't know if this thing's going to live. I don't know anything about it. More cats may come out. Just take it easy right now. So I buy the dish soap. I get the scooper. I get the couple cat things. Food. Got tuna. And I head back. My wife's giving it a bath. It's like 1:30 now. 1:30 in the morning in a hotel room. Show the first video, Mike. Look at this thing.
Yeah. I know. And how to bathe it. Shoot.
That's what I'm hitting nonstop. Screaming under the car. So now my wife goes, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drive back home, bring the cat, meet our daughter. One of our best friends is a veterinarian. A family member is a veterinarian. And they come over, check it, take care. Everything's good. This thing is so damn cute. Submission. Bathed in everything. Look at this cat. Look at what I'm dealing with here. Look at this thing. And then we bring it home, and look at this thing at home. You think he's happy? Look at it. Show this last video. Listen to this thing. Look at it. You kidding me? I was going to call it 2K. I wanted to call it 2K because it already cost me $2,000 in gas and changing hotel rooms, changing flights, and all this jazz. We're going to get shots, this, and that. But I love this stupid cat. Now I'm like, who are we going to get to watch the cat? Who are we going to get to? So now my daughter, now I get the battle. But the thing's home, and I have a cat. And it's really funny because the first thing I thought of it went, well, okay. I got some material now to work on. This is definitely going to bring life experiences and definitely going to bring a whole new comical view for me as time moves on. Here's where it's interesting. So we saved this kitty, all right? Why do I call this guy FBI Bob? FBI Bob taught me so much. I'll just start with this. When I started going to when we became the Maria's crew in New Jersey, coffee crew, FBI Bob, I believe, was God's way of teaching me to stop judging people and how far off I can honestly be with my own judgment of things. I think I'm pretty damn smart. I think I'm pretty damn intuitive. Like I'm borderline cocky with it. I'm just being honest right now. I'm cocky saying like, oh, I read things like that and I read people like that. And I've failed horrendously. In that coffee shop, I failed horrendously. Every time I think I got this. I know what you are, and I know what you are, and I know how to help you, and I know what how to do. Just beyond look ridiculous. The first one was the guy that brought us all together, the guy Rob. It's another whole story. So if you don't know about the story, I should tell you that. If you don't know about the story, and this has a bizarre ending. Some of you be like, oh, you stretch it, but it's true story. And the cat ties into FBI Bob. I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds weird to you, but will you just trust me? So when I would go to this coffee shop every day, and there's this guy that would come in, and everyone was happy. They kind of all local. Some people in and out. Some people sat there for a little while, and it was definitely the lady that runs has kind of got an attitude, which is what we all love. But sometimes she can get snarky, and she don't put up with nothing. Like I've seen her go up to a kid. I saw a kid go into that place, put up a laptop computer, and just and taking up her only 4-top, right? And she would come over, and she like, "Can I get you something?" He's like, "No, I'm okay for now." And she goes, "All right, well, let me know when you're ready." You know, and he plugs it in. She goes behind the counter. You can see she's seething. She is seething, right? Now, me and Fireman Phil, who's sitting across from me, he's a fireman from Newark. He just orders like triple espresso shots, and then he just takes the entire jar of sugar for like 5 minutes going while he's talking. He's going, "Maria," look, Maria, she's all pissed. "What's the matter, Maria? Business a little slow today? People not ordering?" Totally busting her chops. So the second time she goes up, you know, there's more of us now sitting in there. There's Rob the Baker. There's Rob the Gimp. Everyone has a different name. Maria goes up to the kid. She's like, "Hey, are you ready to order?" So, "Nah, I think I'm cool. I think if you like have a glass of water." And she goes, "Listen to me. I ain't no Starbucks, okay? I'm a little mom and pop. This is my place, okay? I'm not backed by some big corp. I got money coming off a tree. This is a home shop, okay? You come walking in here. You don't say hello. You don't look anyone in the eye. And then you sit down at the biggest table. And then you take up the whole spot where 4 of my customers can be sitting, and you don't even ask if you can plug it in. You plug in and you open your computer, and I'm all right with that. But if you this is for people that want a coffee, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I'll check out the menu in a second. I'm sorry, I'll order something. Just when you're ready, I'll order. You know, let me know." So she goes back behind the counter, and this kid gets up. Like 5 minutes later, he comes walking. He's like, "I'll have whatever coffee and like a muffin," right? She gives it to him, and he goes, "How much is that?" She goes, No. I'm not charging you. That's on me." She goes, "I just want you to know. You don't walk in when you walk into places. You look at people. You say hello. You smile. You don't walk in these places just and then you sit down. Look at the room. What would be courteous to everyone else? That's all. This is a mom and pop shit. We take care of each other. This isn't Starbucks where no one talks to each other and you walk in and you're drinking Slurpees and that's fine. It's not that place." He's like, "Oh, I totally understand. Totally understand. Thank you." She's like, "It's okay. You let me know if you want something else." And that it's almost like tough love. That's what Maria's good. It's tough love. And we all got really close with this guy, Rob, who came in, Rob the Gimp, and how that was my first bad judgment. He'd come in with a hoodie and sit there. And when he finally left, and I remember Fireman Phil going, "That guy's an asshole." And I go, "Yeah." I go up to Maria. I'm like, "Maria, what kind of human being? Well, how miserable you got to be as a human being? What is going on in your life that's so sad and destructive and so bad that you bring that attitude into a little place like this?" Like, and she comes from around the counter and she flips the rag over her shoulder and she's like, "Jim, he came here from Staten Island. I saw him crying in front of Dunkin' Donuts. And so I sit him down here because I want him to eat and have coffee. He doesn't have family. He came out here with his wife, and they weren't here very long. She just passed." I went, "Oh, wow. I did not see that coming. Totally judged this guy as I was convinced he was a Unabomber. That's how far off I was. Because this guy would come in with a gray sweatshirt, limping, and he would just sit there. You couldn't even see his face. You know, he's a little older, so there's some lines. So it looks like a nasty apple sticking out of the hood. I was convinced this guy was he was like an ex-gangster or something. Did not see the no family, wife just passed away. Didn't see that coming. Thou shalt not judge. Caught my pants down. FBI Bob was the second one. So FBI Bob, I started talking about this place, Maria's. I'm like, I'm going to write a show. And this is why I left Hollywood. And I was definitely the conspiracy guy. I would sit there and like, you don't believe this and that and this and that. And this guy's like, Jim, you're absolutely crazy. I'm like, am I crazy? You know, and then we talk about whatever. It was everyday stuff, you know. These guys debate. This one bring up vaccine. I'm not getting that. You anti-vaccine. I'm like, and then we'd get into it for a while, but we'd always able to put things aside and take care of one another. Always. Unlike today. So this guy was always in the corner, Bob, and the computer would cover all the way up to his nose. So all you would see is his eyes, and he would never talk, and he would just glare up at our conversations. And once in a while, he'd just kind of like smirk and shrug his shoulders. You didn't know if he was laughing or if he was disappointed. And I was convinced that this guy was either in the FBI or like he's definitely listening to our ideas and he's going to sell them somewhere. I don't trust this guy. So I said, I'm going to call him FBI Bob. And we would all look, and I get that whole theory started. We'd all start talking like, a little quiet. Comes in, just sit there, does really stuff. But he talks to Maria a lot. And one of the guys, Lou, he's kind of the voice of reason guy. This guy, Lou, right? Lou would always just laugh. He's like, yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy. He's totally good guy. You should talk. He's he's quiet, but he's a great guy. I'm like, I don't know, man. This is the computer. Just see his eyes. I don't trust him. So I go on a trip. I'm doing one of my tours, and I come back from the tour, and they're like, hey, this FBI Bob, he's really cool, and he does like script stuff. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So now, like, you gave him. So, long story short, I'm starting to get to know FBI Bob, right? And he's the sweetest soul you can imagine. And we laugh why I called him FBI Bob and all that. And and we start playing, like, the FBI Bob was funny too, because he was very reserved and very quiet and all that jazz. And I remember he let loose in my yard one day. He started lip syncing this song. I was like, who is this guy? But at the same time, FBI Bob, I'm getting to know him. He comes in, like, you can't write this. You can't even write this. He comes in, he goes, hey guys, I want you to meet my wife, Kathy. And we look at her, and there's Kathy, and a beautiful woman. We're like, wow, he's married. And he goes, and this is her son. This is my son-in-law. Oh, nice to meet you. The visiting town, yeah. I go, what do you do for a living? And FBI Bob goes, all right, Jim, don't get all paranoid, but her son is in the FBI. I'm like, what? So we have like cool. So And we would tell these bird stories about death and my dad and the cardinal, and everyone had like this bird story. So I thought it was kind of interesting. There's two things that are interesting. I'm going to show you one thing right now, and then the other one I'm going to wrap it up with, if you're still listening. We did so if you go to Maria's coffee shop, there's a little corner where he would sit. And it was wild. His family heard all about us. They heard about the group, and he went to Italy with a bunch of the Maria's crew, and just we were an incredible family, and still an incredible family. And with that said, we have these stories of birds and this and deeper souls and stuff like that. And the family went to go see where Bob would sit every morning. And they went to sit, and there was a feather right where he was sitting, like where he'd be having his computer. There was a feather just sitting there. No one's been in the store. It's indoors. So the coolest thing ever, if you ever walk in there, Maria took the feather. She made a little frame. We made Bob's seat. So this is for FBI Bob. Show this if you ever go to Maria's. Okay. That's the seat.
Good morning.
His family's out there. That's FBI Bob right there. See the feather? Boom. A little feather. Perfect, right? Now, here's the thing that blows me away even more. So the whole reason I got this dopey new cat, because I had to go and we had to save it. We had to save this little kitty cat. I get this whole thing, like this whole golly thing about Bob going, hey, Jim, you should start talking about Maria's again and talk about, the deeper things you learned out of it. Yes, me judging people so hard back then, thinking who you are. How many of us do that? And it reminded me, we're at the memorial. The whole reason I got this cat is because of Bob. I was going to name the cat Bob. And it comes to be that FBI Bob created the computer program called Save the Cat. It's a script writing thing. It's a book. There's a book called Save the Cat, which I actually own when I started writing this as a TV show and writing a film and blah, blah, blah. Save the Cat. FBI Bob created the program called Save the Cat. Now, yes, does it all tie in? Is it all really far out there? Is it all tied, or is it just irrelevant things that all putting them and just search? It doesn't matter. All I know is I'm not going to think of the bad things that Bob ain't here. I'm going to think of the blessings that I'm going to continue with my good friend FBI Bob. Because now every time I see this cat, I'm like, if this cat craps on the floor, I'm like, FBI Bob, I swear to God. I swear to God, if you ever come back, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to send you right back into the light.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to throw this out there. This is from SaveTheCat.com. I guess they put a little thing up for him.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Yep.
Bob McFarlane. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now he sent me a script, and I'm sorry I didn't. Well, it was a science fiction thing, and I'm gonna find it, and I don't know. Maybe we do something fun. I should maybe get the Maria's crew to act out. We all pick a part and we act out and we do our own thing. The Maria's crew do FBI Bob's movie. I don't know. But to me, sometimes you need these things in life. You need to look at this simple stuff because what else are you going to do? You're staring at, gender and race and guns and Trump and Biden and this. Like, oh my God, too much.
You may not know this person, or you may know the person. And we're not going to make it all about one thing. We're going to make it about where we're moving on in life. But there's something to say for human beings who I'm about to have on. The whole reason why this podcast exists is because of being forced a couple of years ago into a corner into certain ways. So what do I mean by that? If you don't know the story, I filmed the comedy special, Somebody Had to Say It. And during that time, it was supposed to come out in October. I think it was 2020 or 2021. I don't remember. 2021, maybe it was coming out in October. Signed up with this company who were fans, still are fans. And great things. $4.99, $3.99, get the whatever, you get the get all the emails and the pre-order, and then it airs and it looks like unbelievable footage like on television. Well, then a lot of venues started forcing, hey, you better show up with this, and if you don't show up with the then you're not allowed to come see the show. No entertainment unless and I made the video, which led to all this. And all of a sudden, I got a call. Hey, Jim, this isn't going away. So what's not going away? The video you made. I said, oh, well, I had a bunch of people paying customers that said they don't want to do that. And the venue that I'm booked at is forcing it. And I didn't agree on that. And I wouldn't do it. And I haven't done it. So why would I don't want anything to do with that. People should not be forced to do that. And he's like, well, it's going to be in the news. Like, really? The video I made on Facebook? And well, of course, made the news, blah, blah. The platform then dropped me for that reason. And again, I'm not playing victim, just telling you what happened. And they said they're connected to this bigger entity, touring, whatever. It's just, we can't do it. Business-wise, going to kill us. I said, I understand. Business, I understand. I don't want to put you in jeopardy. I got it. You got to do your thing. Got to make your money. You got to sustain. I get it. And that period of time was an onslaught of peers, family, media, and it was like a war. It was like sitting there, and here comes the first wave of the Air Force. Yeah. How can you not care about others? Yeah. Well, you're not gonna be able to go back to school. Yeah. Do it for the elderly. Yeah. You're careless. You're this. They tried everything. You're the reason. You're the problem. You are the issue. You're the demons. You're the ones that are stupid. You're it. And I'm so glad. I just stayed who I was, which is why I'm excited about this new band. Killer new band called Defiant. Because I know for a fact this guy who used to be in the band Offspring, Pete Parada, was also under that gun, and he had to make a move, and he was, hey man, we can't have you here. Same with Dickie Barrett, who's the singer of the Defiant. So a bunch of these guys that are like many of you out there listening, you may want to give a listen. I'm super stoked. I haven't heard the music yet, but I'm super excited to have Pete today. Pete Parada of the Defiant. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Jim. Great to meet you.
Bro, it's awesome to meet you. I'm super stoked. You know, Dickie reached out way back when, and he was spooked out because he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and Kimmel gave him an ultimatum, and you know, he chose, nah, I'm gonna hold out. Boom, cost him his job. He's got 2 kids, the band, similar to you. And that had to be, I don't know what direct, I know I want to get into the new stuff, but guys like you are who I want to be with when war breaks out, because that was war.
Yeah.
Because it really was war, man. I mean, because if you really think about it, Pete, that was a time where what I realized was I know exactly who's going to immediately surrender. I know exactly who's already held hostage and they feel helpless and there's nothing they could do. And I also saw all the ones that would just roll over, and not only roll over, will start become informants.
Yeah.
And that's what you see in war. And so I'm always going to remember who the informants were, who we're going to remember that. But it's exciting now as time. Doesn't it feel good at this time in life right now?
Yeah, things look a lot different, you know, a year and a half later, and which is nice because you know, you went through it too. It's brutal and it's nonstop when you're in it. Like it's,
I know
the mob comes swiftly and they throw, like you said, everything at you. You're this, you're that. Oh, you're now we're labeling you all kinds of things that, you know, it's like, well, it's not accurate, but it's like, no, we have to make you the devil. So we will.
Yeah.
And it, you know, just indiscriminately going to smear you with whatever, because, you know, you're not playing ball. You're not getting on board.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
And who's writing the music for the band Defiant? Is it mostly Dickie? Is it a collaboration? It's Greg. What is it?
It's been a real collaboration with the 5 of us. I mean, Greg obviously writing all the Smash Mouth songs, you know everything's going to be catchy. And Dickie's got that personality and a way with words with his lyrics. And so when all 5 of us kind of start throwing our input on it, it really makes a unique stamp. And it was exciting to watch it come together because we're all spread out. You know, I'm in Nashville. Greg also lives here, but Dickie's in Arizona. Johnny Rio, the bass player, is in Texas, and Joey Briggs is in LA. So we're sending files around, and it's a lot of like sending things back and forth. But every time the next person put their stamp on it, like the song stepped up to another level. And so it's been exciting to watch it come together.
Are the lyrics, I'm a huge lyric guy. Are the lyrics, I'm going to listen anyway, but are the lyrics come out of anything what you all went through?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, and Dickie's a lyric guy, and you know, the band is about something, but mostly it's about unity. It's about bringing people together at the end of such a dark time.
Right.
I think because of what happened to me and what happened to Dickie, that a lot of people think that we have some negativity of something, and we really don't. This was such a positive thing that brought us together. And it's been positive every step of the way. And the music is positive. And yeah, we're talking about situations and things that we feel weren't right, but it's not coming from a place of anger. It's not coming from a place of bitterness. It's all about unity and how much all of us have in common, where, you know, if you only live online, you would think we're so divided, nothing can ever be done, and we all might as well give up. But when you get out in the world and you can have a conversation with a real person, you're like, oh, okay, we don't have to agree on all these same things, which, you know, so that was a big light bulb moment for me through all of this, was how many people were willing to just cut people out of their lives entirely because of one issue, or, well, we don't agree on this thing, or I don't like who you voted for. And it's just like, but you're cutting real, tangible people that you know and have known you and care about you, like just overnight out of your life in service of a politician or some corporation or some issue. but these people don't give a shit about you. You know, the people that you're cutting out, they're the ones who are going to show up for you.
That's
So
right.
that was really kind of disturbing for me to see happen, and disheartening. So I'm all about bringing people together. This band is all about bringing people together, and we're really excited to get it out there.
That's really cool. So, you know, I went through phases. I went through it was super disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got angry. I shouldn't say that. I definitely got angry, but angry on my own time. But it was, and again, I had to sit back and go, wow, you're really emotionally attached to something. You don't know what's going on right now. So it's so easy for certain people to see. Like, it was so easy for me to see. However, I found the new tactic, which is bringing unity. And it is, I think the key to it all is literally stop the labeling. Stop saying this conservative right wing, this liberal, stupid liberal, this HD, whatever. I don't even know all the words. When you're categorizing, you're already judging and dividing. Already.
Well, and you're erasing people's humanity by trying to put them in a box that they wouldn't necessarily agree to. And,
Exactly.
you know, I thought we weren't doing that anymore, but, you know.
They're definitely still trying it. Like, even me, people say, oh, you're a right winger, or you're a super conservative. You're a Trumper. It's like, you don't know anything about me.
Exactly.
If you're saying all those things, you don't know anything about me. I want us all to win. I want everyone to thrive. Dude, there's nothing I'd love more in life than all of humanity thrive. And it was really hard finding it through comedy. I wish I was listening to you guys collaborate at times. Is the album completely done already? All the lyrics, everything done?
Yeah, we just finished mixing. We're heading towards mastering. Hopefully the first single will be out in August, and then whole album this fall. So it's coming. You know, everything always takes light years longer than you hope. But
yes. And is it all online?
Well, the band, our website's online, thedefiantofficial.com, and you can find us on the socials. Instagram is Defiant Official, and Twitter is Defiant USA, or The Defiant USA. And so everything will be on there as soon as we have it up and running. The whole band was out here for the first time 2 weeks ago. Everyone was in one place finally. So we had some rehearsals to play through the whole record, and we filmed a video for the first song, and just had really good vibes of getting everybody in the same room and playing. And it felt like something special. I had a friend there that was taking photographs just to kind of capture our first time together. And she even said, she's like, I got goosebumps, just like, I've never heard these songs before, but the way you guys work together and the positivity in the room, like, you can feel it. And it was just really nice to be a part of something like that.
That's really cool. I mean, you got me stoked. Even, I mean, now, all right, I got a quick question. Is everyone in the band sort of, because you got, you have yourself that came from, it was all about the, Dickie Barrett, it was all about from the Mighty Bosstones. Was Greg Camp from Smash Mouth in that situation? Is everyone from the same situation?
Not necessarily. I think everybody is all believing in individual liberty and, everybody's own individual right to choose what we do for our bodies, for our families, and ourselves. And I think that's the overall message. I know that me and Dickie got swept up in the shot conversation and things, but the band itself is just like talking about individual liberties, talking about what happened, talking about moving forward and finding a way back to each other in a world that's been divided, I think, purposefully.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyone that thinks it's not is not really looking at it. This is the greatest voodoo, mind manipulation, power overload that maybe that I've seen in history, in my living history. This is I haven't read the Bible. I don't go in that direction. But, you know, my wife and I'll sit there and they talk about times. I'm sitting there going, oh, my God, maybe this is what they used to always be talking about, where it's the love of the love will come to the top. But all this has to happen in order for that to rise to the top, to show everyone else. And, you know, at the end of the day, some don't make it. I guess that's part of nature and part of life. I just pray they all make it. But no, what I meant by that was, did everyone get forced out of a band?
No,
Okay.
no, that wasn't, it wasn't like, oh, it was, you know, kind of that conversation started between me and Dickie because
So you two are the ones,
yeah.
right.
But, you know, he came to me and said, hey, I saw your story. He's like, and I said, yeah, I saw yours. And he said, I think we should work together. He said, do you know Greg Camp? And I said, well, obviously I know of him, but I've never met him. And he said, well, he lives in Nashville. And this is Dickie, you know, he's very,
Dickie.
yeah. He goes, I just got this feeling that the three of us are going to work really well together. And I just want us to write some music and see where it goes. And then, so I was like, okay, great. And these songs started coming out. And very quickly he was like, I'm bringing in Johnny Rio from the Street Dogs on bass. And I was like, okay, that's great. And then he's writing music with Joey Briggs or Joey LaRocca from the Briggs. And then he says, you know, I'm writing these songs with Joey. I think he's the fifth member. This feels complete. And it's like, bring him in. So then, you know, then we have the five of us. So it kind of started because of me and Dickie's stories and what we went through with our respective bands and jobs and stuff. But from there, it was more of a musical thing, bringing everybody together.
But that's what I find awesome. Like even so, it's a bad situation at first, but now it's turning into this incredible situation. I look at it this way too. Like now I don't have a platform, so it forced me to go, all right, I'm going to start doing a podcast, put it all there. And if you join the podcast, and this is so exciting to me. I've had so much fun. I'm still in a closet. I haven't even begun yet. I haven't even started real production yet. But I think we're all at a stage in life too. Like you've lived it. You've gone on top of the mountain. You saw that rise. You rubbed elbows with the highest of kings. And to live that and then see what we went through of all humanity, and now come out of it, and we're all at that stage where we know what's important in life. And, you know, we all I'm sure you guys all have comfortable money. You don't have to go and claw on whatever. And that, I find a lot of times, besides the original struggle, is the greatest time when people really start performing and really starting getting creative, because there's no pressure. There's no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, and that was one of the hardest things of, you know, that's great that that's where we are now. But like you said, when you went through it, like you have these ebbs and waves, and, you know, I'm not like being a side person in a band, like you don't end up with a super giant nest egg to sit on. Right. And so restarting, but, you know, my family and I kind of knew that going into this was like, all right, our lives are going to change drastically financially. And thankfully, when my story got out, people started hitting me up. I have my own studio here recording drums, and people started hiring me for that. And that kept us afloat. That got us started. And then, you know, coming together with Dickie and people like Tim Pool reaching out, and we're making music together. And so I know a lot of people didn't want to say anything and are kind of wanting to ride this out. I hear from all of them. I'm sure you do too, privately, like, oh, I back what you're doing. I wish I could say something. But what I would say to them is, if that's your position, either you're going to keep working in a place where you have to hide your feelings or your thoughts on things, and then you're never going to find people like this to work with. So while it was a beating up front, and the people that, you know, bailed away from me was pretty quick, you know, you find your people, though. You've like the wave of support that came in, right? People like, hey, what can I do? Can you play drums on this? Can we, you know, work on some music together? Like, what do you need? Like, that was amazing for me and my family. Cause I mean, Yeah, a little bit of anger when everything happened, but mostly just shell shock and confusion. Like, did this just happen? Because it was quick, you know.
Yeah, it was quick, and you're right. But now here you are, man. I appreciate coming to hang out. So the band is the Defiant. Go to defiant.official.
The defiantofficial.com. Yep.
The Defiant. Now you got Greg Campus, Smash Mouth. You have yourself.
Yep.
Formerly Offspring. You have Dickie Barrett, Mighty Mighty Bosstones. You have Johnny. Johnny was in the Street Dogs.
Yeah, he was in Street Dogs. Yep.
That's right. He's gonna be bad. He's gonna be smacking out the bass. And then Joey LaRocca was the Joey Briggs, and he's gonna be doing guitar and keys. And
and all those guys are great singers too. So it's like all the harmonies are there. Like even the first time playing together, it was crazy because, you know, I've been in a lot of bands. And I've been at a lot of rehearsals where you show up and half the people didn't do their homework. And now you're sitting there waiting for someone to go, well, I didn't bother looking at this. Show me this part. Or how's that go? And everybody showed up with it together. You know, everybody was ready to go. So it was just like, all right, let's just start blowing through songs. And it felt like a band right away because everyone cared enough to be ready. Awesome. It's not a job for any of us. It's a labor of love, and everyone showed up with that love, and you could feel it.
Well, I can't wait, man. You got to keep me in tune when this is coming out. I appreciate you coming on, Pete.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Stay healthy, brother. Be safe, and all the best of you and the family and the rest of the gang.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jim.
See ya.
See you later.
That was Pete Parada, formerly Offspring, now of the Defiant. And like I said, I remember when Dickie Barrett first reached out to me because he had a situation with Jimmy Kimmel, and he had to get fired because he had questions. So I don't know about you, but I'm super stoked about it.
Hey, can I talk about our shows that we have coming to Chicago? we talk a lot about those shows. Oh, we talk so much about those shows.
All right, where am I playing?
I'm telling you right now, I cannot pronounce the word. What theater?
I'll tell you.
Genesee Theater.
Genesee Theater, Hook-in, Illinois.
Yeah, and that's
JimBrewer.com.
Yeah, that's good. Go to JimBrewer.com. We're going to be landing there, and we 2 shows in Chicago. So we're always trying to come up with different ideas for the merchandise. And one of the things I want to let you guys know too, because a lot of people have asked me, fans at the show last night actually came up to the merch table and they were like, hey, we want to get a woman's shirt. We're definitely going to do that. Something that's cut a little more comfortable. I've been asking for that for a while. Just saying. Hey, so we're getting that done. And the other thing that we're going to be doing is for the 4th of July. So we took the Eagle shirt, and Mike in a second is going to put it up. There we go. And we took the Eagle shirt, and look what we did. We made it red, white, and blue. You like that? Yeah. And then see on the back, remember when you're messing around and you're like, dude, we should do a shirt that says red, white, and brew. And there you go. Look, I did it.
I like that.
And that's on the back. So it's a 2-sided shirt. It's the Eagle logo that you guys have loved and that everyone has, bought at the shows. And we're going to be kind of retiring the shirt through the rest of the year. We'll be having it on sale out there next year. We got a whole bunch of new designs coming. But the other thing I wanted to show everyone, so we got but really quick. So the thing that's cool about that shirt, you can pre-order it right now, and I will ship it to you so you can have it on 4th of July at your barbecue.
Yeah.
And you're raging. And then also, as another item that we want to do for the summer, I came up with these beer koozies, these Jim Breuer Brew Crew. Has our little Mike logo on there, and we got those. Anyone that orders a pre-order shirt now, you go to jimbrewer.com, the merchandise, and if you go to order one of the new shirts for 4th of July, you get a beer koozie for free, and that's it. Dial 1-800-JIM-BREWER. Okay, there you go. Get your free koozie. Order your 4th of July shirt. Come out to a show. Say hi to me at the merch table. I love meeting you guys. You're super cool.
So I got 2 ideas. One is I have a red, white, and brew idea.
Okay. For like a back of a shirt?
Yeah. It says, it's the word red.
Here, get in camera because it looks like I'm just.
It's the word red.
Okay. Yeah.
The word white.
Yeah.
And then in blue, brew.
Yeah, that's the back of your shirt.
That's the back of it?
Yeah. Can you show that again? I love that we've already made these shirts, and he doesn't. He just goes, "I got this like idea. Look, see it? Red. I did exactly what. Put the readers on. Come in. Look at Mike. Can you blow it up a teeny? Look, there it is. Look. Just look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Do you see that? Look at it.
All right.
Red, white. Like,
sorry. My bad.
There you go. That's the back of your shirt, bro.
My bad.
I'm gonna head to the gym.
All right, later.
Dude,
I'm coming too.
Okay. All right. I'll wait. All right. I'll head down there. Later. Hey.
Okay. What?
Later. That was fun.
Oh, I love Joe.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
Yo, Breuer. I totally spaced before I bailed. Hey, I want to let you and all your fans know, all the folks that saw us in San Diego. Remember that rad show? Well, check it out. I'm back at La Jolla Comedy Store in San Diego, June 14th next week. You can get your tickets at joseph.com. And I'd be stoked to see all of the Breuniverse fans out there for my show, La Jolla Comedy Store, June 14th. All right, bro, I'm out. Late. Thank you. Late.
All right, so we'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening today. Hopefully life is more like a Maria's crew wherever you live. FBI Bob. Yeah. We're going to keep moving on. I'm going to keep talking about this. You want to hear more about these guys? I feel like I got ideas to bring that more into the fold because it's pretty damn funny, that place. It really is. That Maria's crew is something else. We'll get into it more as time moves on, but I just want to thank everyone. It's going to get crazy. Next year and a half is going to get crazy. You have a lot of people trying to run for an office. So watch the circus. Be careful all the distractions. Just live where you're at. Live that moment. It may not be here tomorrow. See you next week on the Breuniverse. Thanks for hanging, Mike.
Take care, man.
Thank you, Joe Sid, JimBrewer.com for dates and all that stuff.
Take a look around and what do you see? Mark the date down tonight, we'll make it history.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.
Reality check. We're on borrowed time in case you forgot.